Hey y'all, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing something a little different. As you can see, I have a coloring sheet in front of me, but this is no ordinary coloring sheet. This is my husband's car that we turned into a coloring sheet. He has been wanting to spiff up the paint job on his car for a while, but can't really find anything that he likes. So we are going to be trying to come up with some designs that he might like. His main request was that the main body color remain the phantom gray that it is now. So we are going to start by figuring out which gray I have that is close to that body color. NG06 is the winner. So let's begin. This first one was a good warm-up. It turns out to be one of my least favorites, but it got the juices flowing. And for something like this, references were my best friend. I definitely looked at quite a few, and my husband showed me styles that he really liked. So it does get better after this one. One thing I did with this first one was try gold wheels, because he's been going back and forth about them. He really likes how they look on the Rally Blue, but was on the fence with his gray. When he saw this though, he was on the side of no, and I agreed. Of course, this isn't an exact color match, but it gave the gist of how it might look. When talking about ideas for a theme for the paint job, I threw out the idea to do a Death Scythe inspired design. He liked that idea, so we're going to try to come up with something cool and hope that the Gundam inspiration shows through. You might notice I went with a lighter gray for this one. My NG06 started crapping out on me, so I gave it a break. I think this design is okay. It might look better in the darker gray, but it's definitely in the middle of my rankings. This design, I think, looks most overtly Gundam, the face of Death Scythe. I think it's okay. Again, I'd give this a middle ranking. Looking at it now, I wonder how it would look with a black hood and roof. I think that would change a lot. This one is easily in my top 2, outdone only by the last design you'll see in this video. I changed up the red from the last one so it's a little darker red, and the design draws more from the mechanics of a Gundam rather than the actual design of a Gundam. At this point, I've shown my husband the ones that I've done, and he asked me to try combining a few elements. So the rest of these are going to be specific requests, or he looked at what's been done and was like, I like this, I don't like that, and we've kind of gone from there. This green pinstriping from the first one, my thought on this was sometimes when Death Scythe moves, there's a green light trail from his eye. That is why I'm trying to make green headlights work and why I go with green for this pinstriping from the headlights down the side. He liked the idea of the gold on the front, but didn't like it going onto the hood. So we toned that down. Looking at this now, again, I'd like to see it with a black hood. I feel like that would change it, probably moving it into a top pick, but as it is now, it's a middle rank for me. Now this one was a specific request. He really enjoys the Need for Speed games, and one car in particular. He wanted me to do that design on his car to see how it would look. And I think once we got the right blue, it actually looks really good and could be a top contender. While I was working on this design though, my gray finally decided to die out. So I had to make a run to the store and found a Copic refill to match. Shout out to Michaels for having exactly what I needed. Back to more Gundam themes, still trying to work out the green pinstriping. And of course, while I was working on it, my camera decided to die. And I was too locked in to notice. So here's how this one came out. The green isn't working on this one, so this one gets a very low rank from me. On to the final design and my personal favorite. This one took some time and initially messed this side design up so horribly, so you are watching my second attempt. This was my last coloring page too, so I had to make it work. Luckily, I found ways to fix my mistakes on this one. It's still not perfect, but it looks pretty cool. We're still going with green headlights in this concept, but no green pinstriping down the sides. And honestly, my one complaint with this one is that section over the front wheel looks empty. It doesn't flow from the side to the hood, but it is something we can work out later if we choose this design. And that's all the concepts that I came up with. We'll see if he likes any of them or decides to go with any of them. If not, he'll print out more pages for me to color on. So, yeah, it's fun either way. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite. Would you do something different? And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye!